Yeah, if you watch those guys ride, they kind of flow with the wave. It's very dynamic. Both of them have a super narrow stance too. Mm-hmm. I've kind of noticed recently, you can tell like how comfortable someone is by their stance. Yep. You look at Kiagi, he's like almost both feet ahead of the mast in some circumstances.
Yep.
And just like super smooth. It almost reminds me of like someone surfing a mid-length.
Yep.
Or something, or a fish on like a really open face wave. I'm just kind of drawing lines.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Thank here.
Yeah, Kane is a pretty good guy to watch too. It's fun. He'll like go down winging sometimes in Maui, and he's like the only guy out. He's got his like kind of longer, skinny wingboard. He can get up when nobody else can. He'll just be out, kind of cruising around. Everyone's like, just makes it look like you can go out, but you really can't.
That's the cheat code, man. Kalama Dave sent me one of his downwind boards, a 6'4", and I wing on it all the time because I can get up, even on the 800, I can get up in like such light winds.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a trend in wingboards going maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I think like everyone wanted the super short board because it feels good, like turning and stuff, but that extra length, if you can keep the weight down, it's not too much of a penalty and you can get up in just the craziest conditions.
Yeah, and I think if you're not doing the airs and stuff, if you're just carving, the length doesn't affect you that much as long as your boxes are in the right place.
Yeah, not really. And you can push the boxes a bit further forward on the board too, so that like it doesn't feel as long because you're kind of a bit more ahead on the board.
100%. That's what I did on the Kalama is I put the boxes another like 3 inches forward. And now what I do on it, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into this downwind supping thing this summer. I just shaped myself a board.
Oh, killer.
Yeah, we'll see how it works. I have no idea. I haven't really ever been a stand-up paddle person, so I imagine it's going to be a bit of a struggle, but I'm trying to figure that. The downwind supping thing is sort of the pinnacle of foiling. Seems like the hardest thing possible, so might as well try it.
What dimensions did you go with?
I think it's like 5'11" by 24. It's like 100 liters.
It'll be challenging.
So relatively narrow. Everyone was kind of saying go long and narrow.
Yep.
So it kind of went as narrow as I thought I can still probably stand on.
My Kalama is a 6'4", 24 at about 100 liters. Uh-huh. And I used to do a lot of sup back in the day and ride really small boards. And it's still somewhat challenging just because the days that you're going out are generally really crap days for stability.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit brutal, I think, but I'm up for the challenge. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, the waves here in the river have so much power because it's all wind on tide. So you just get these like really peaky, powerful swells. So I've heard if you're going to learn anywhere, here is a good spot to do it.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm trying to get out there probably August. You know, I do a lot with TJ. Shout out to Big Wins. Picking it up, and I want to get out there, get a couple runs. I've never been.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. August, the current tends to die down a little bit, so the swell maybe isn't quite as big, but the water is also a lot warmer, so you don't have to deal with. I mean, I was out yesterday, and I'm in 5'4", hood, gloves, booties, all of it. So
that's brutal.
Yeah, it's not. By about June, you're sort of in a 4.3, and it's a little more tolerable. But the winging has definitely exploded here. It's kind of pulled people from the kiting and the windsurfing, and now it's just like crazy number of wingers on the water. It's just such a good spot for winging.
How do you see the current market of foiling right now? What percentage is winging? Percentage is prone, sup?
I mean, for Cabrinha, we're a wind sports brand. So I think most of our people are coming from the wind sports background. So most of ours are probably kiters. I think we're maybe pulling some of the windsurf brands because not a ton of the windsurf companies have jumped on making wings. It's just so different for making a sail. Mm-hmm. So much easier for a kite company to make it because we already have all the technology. But I would say, I don't know percentage-wise, but a lot of people are coming from kiting. And then it's bringing in a lot of the surf foilers into the wind sports realm, which is pretty cool.
Got me.
Yeah, I think it fills that gap because like you used to have, like, if there's no wind and it's glassy, you can go surf. Maybe if it gets a little windy, you're going surf foiling, but there's kind of that like weird middle ground where it's a little too windy to do either of those. And now all of a sudden you can grab the wing and go have a ton of fun.
Yep. For us,
when I first started winging, I was like, oh, this is going to be my like middle ground thing. I'll go kiting when it's super windy, and I'll go winging when it's kind of marginal or gusty. And now I'm pretty much only winging. But